Full moons are like cinematic climaxes in which the sun and the moon duel it out to test humanity on its discernment and willingness to surrender. On August 22nd, 2021 at 8:01 a.m. Eastern Time, the moon will be stationed in the sign of Aquarius, opposing the sun in Leo. In our efforts to balance the energies of air and fire, I like to provide you with some insight. If you, at any degree, care about the well being of all, I encourage you, stop trying to keep the peace. Welcome to my channel. If you are here, you are an angel and an icon. This is the first time I am putting out any content like this, especially on my YouTube channel. I know it's a really major change in direction, but this is a part of me embracing this full moon in Aquarius energy. It was an idea that I got a day ago, so I would like to apologize for just not getting this out in a what I would consider a timely manner, but I still wanted to create it and put it out there just because, I'm trying my hand at it. So cheers to something new. I do have my notes here, so if you see me look down, I am reading off of my notes because I want to make sure I don't miss any information. But here we go. Let's just hop into it. It's no secret the world is changing. That can be scary, because we don't know what the future will look like. And it's in human nature for us to want to cling to the old and familiar way of doing things. However, on the other hand, there's also this growing flame inside of the collective consciousness that is, craving a change, and it has been for some time now. If you know, like I know, if you've ever craved anything, the more you try to suppress it, the stronger that craving becomes. You either give in and you feel powerless and guilty about it, or you don't give in and, you just feel disgusted because all around you just kind of wish you never had this craving to begin with. But why is it when we address our cravings and desires, it's like we almost fear them in a sense? It's like surrendering will destroy something. Well, this full moon is illuminating the questions. What is so bad about change? What or who makes you feel wrong for wanting to do things differently than the examples that are laid out before you? If adding your input, expressing your wants and desires, or sharing your vision with the world, if that might disrupt the environment that you're in, is it really worth suffering to save a system that doesn't allow room for total collective consideration? Now, something really cool I'd like to point out about this full moon in Aquarius is that it's positioned at 29 degrees. So that's 1 degree before the moon moves from Aquarius into Pisces. Now, the sum of 29, 2 and 9, is 11. 11 is the number of breaking barriers between physical and non-physical, which allows us to explore our subconscious mind and our intuitive knowledge. Many people consider the energy of 11 to be a door or a portal, but overall, it signifies a new start. And as the rule of life goes, for one thing to begin, another thing must end. Now is the time to free yourself from outdated beliefs and allow space for growth. Now, there are a few important planetary aspects that are happening with this full moon. That just means that you might feel this turbulent energy in certain areas of your life over others. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's okay. I'm a visual learner and I love symbolism. So what better way to further explain this full moon energy than to do a mini artistic analysis on Twisted Sisters, We're Not Going to Take It. Before I explain the aspects, I would like to explain the characters that I'm introducing you to. I like you to meet Big Papa Saturn. Then we have the sun in Leo. The moon is his emotions, and they are stationed in the energy of Aquarius, which we'll get into. Uranus is the music, and Jupiter is the energy that helps expand the effects of the sun's actions. The first aspect is Saturn, planet of authority, career, time, and structure, squaring or opposing the moon in Aquarius. Now, the moon being in Aquarius is a very interesting placement because this suggests a conflict with your inner emotions, especially as it relates to how your emotions affect those around you. We then have Uranus, planet of revolutionary enlightenment, squaring or opposing Saturn, adding to the rebellious flame that encourages unexpected change and redirection. Let's watch these first few energies in action.
Pass the carrots, please.
May I be excused, please? Yes, dear.
All right, so there are already a few things to unpack. Here we have a traditional white American family enjoying their dinner, but right off the bat, Twisted Sister does a very good job conveying the kind of tension in the collective as the children are looking down, scarfing their food down their faces, and quickly handing off the carrots to Big Papa Saturn. The essence, though, of the moon, which represents your emotions, being stationed in this place of Aquarius, is the sun, who represents, the sun in Leo, right? Children, things of that nature. Who's representing the sun in Leo, asking this question: can I be excused, please? You see, the sun is interested in doing what he wants to do, which is a very Leo characteristic. However, he's still polite about leaving the table or separating from the collective, which is a very Aquarian characteristic. Already, this question is a pretty good depiction of balancing the energies between the moon being in Aquarius and the sun being in Leo. Tying this back into the energy of the number 11, we now have these two very masculine energies going head to head due to the act of speaking up for yourself while still being polite enough to consider other feelings. Once the sun is upstairs, we're introduced to the energy of Uranus, which is the music. You could consider Uranus sort of like a stepdad to Aquarius. Or in this video, the music is fathering those feelings and desires of rebellion in this boy to want to go off and do his own thing. So let's watch a little further to see how these energies further interact and the way that Jupiter also affects these energies as well.
You call this a room? This is a pigsty. I want you to straighten up this area now. You are a disgusting slob. Stand up straight. Tuck in that shirt. Adjust that belt buckle. Tie those shoes. Twisted Sister. What is that? Wipe that smile off your face. Do you understand? What is that? A Twisted Sister pin on your uniform? What kind of a man are you? You're worthless and weak. You do nothing. You are nothing. You sit in here all day and play that sick, repulsive, electric twanger. I carried an M16 and you carry that guitar. Who are you? Where do you come from? Are you listening to me? What do you want to do with your life? I want to rock.
Girl. So, yes, this is a very dramatic depiction of the kind of restrictions that Saturn places on us, but I think it is important to get this, over dramatized version of how these energies may be interacting because, it's just important to get the message across. It makes it a lot easier and a lot more visual to contextualize the energy. Okay? So as Saturn is pushing back in an attempt to pressure the sun to follow in his footsteps, the sun at first seems to be ashamed at his father's disapproval. We're then introduced to Jupiter energy, planet of expansion and getting past your curiosity to embark on this journey of, mastery into the things that you are interested in, conjuncting or combining with the moon in Aquarius. This creates this reflection on the way the world is and the way we feel it should be. So you see on the father's end how he's talking about carrying an M16 versus his son carrying a guitar. And, on a societal level, I feel like this speaks to the ideals on strength and usefulness. And although there has been some progress made, we still face the issue of relating our value to our usefulness, especially when it comes to our productivity and our willingness to work ourselves to death. With all of the progressive movements over the course of humanity, we never fully fixed any issues at the root, and we sort of just accept medicating the symptoms. In doing this, systems of exploitation just evolve the faces that they wear, and the cycles continue. But being more like the sun in this video, reflecting on the nature of his environment, and deciding to take a stand on how he sees the world for himself, He's able to push back on Big Papa Saturn with such a force that he flies through the wall, thus breaking the structure, right? Then tapping deeper into that Jupiter energy, he's able to influence and inspire his siblings and people across the globe that come to, the concert to help champion the cause. Just listening to the lyrics of the song, the message is clear as day. This is your wake up call to surrender to your emotions because they're trying to tell you something. Something you've been trying to suppress because you don't want to upset anyone, or you don't want to be ashamed for not meeting a certain expectation. And you're afraid of what might happen if you do accept change. Well, let me tell you this. If you can survive this long in a society that doesn't want to hear what you have to say, imagine thriving in a place that considers your wants and needs. A place where you have enough energy to collaborate with people around you to maybe create a better community that lives in harmony with each other and the earth. I'll say it again, the world is changing, and we have a plethora of issues to address both on a personal and global level. If we really want our lives to improve, we can't keep accepting the same behaviors and beliefs. Be radical about your change. Get to the root of the issue. Allow any emotions that come up from any conflicts to show you and tell you what it is that you truly value. Then take a step towards it. And no matter how many people who laugh at you, like that little boy's sibling, or how many times you're pushed back, like Saturn continuously trying to get back at these boys, let go of what isn't working so you can get back up and take another step. If you've been asking for change, it's here. This is your moment for a breakthrough. This is your moment for a rebirth. It will be uncomfortable, but it will be worth it. Accept it, however it shows up. Ask to be excused from the table. Go pick up a guitar. Turn the music up. And in that moment, ask yourself, what feels so good about change? If you've made it to the end of this video, I truly, truly appreciate your time and attention. You are an angel and an icon, okay? Like I said, this is the first time I'm putting out content like this. I usually just do a meditation circle with a few journal prompts, but this time I wanted to get a little bit more artsy craftsy with it, and I will be doing my best to try to get these out in a more timely manner. But I had a great time making this. This was a part of my breakthrough and rebirth, so I'm excited to post this kind of content. I'm excited to be here. I'm a little tired. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. Woo. But let's finish rocking out to the rest of this song, okay? And please protect your peace. Okay.